Last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fields this way up at the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trey Sermon, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And this one complete to Gafford. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Lance to throw it.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, the ultimate result was an incomplete pass. They sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to go up top again.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields.
Buying time to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Fields.
And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw.
Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. David Montgomery, the target out of the backfield, but now it'll be third down.
He had a good game catching the ball out of the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Here's Lance.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
And there are really very few fullbacks in the NFL today that get used as weapons in the passing game. But Kyle Juszczyk, definitely one of them. Part of the reason he's been a Pro Bowler 5 years in a row.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Throwing now is Lance. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk,
his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Fields.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Play action. It's Fields.
Man open is Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time, getting the sack.
Excellent play there by D. Ford, back in form. Remember, in 2020, 0 sacks for the season, but to be fair, only played in 1 game due to injury. What he wants to do is get back to the form he showed in 2018 with Kansas City, a career-high 13 sacks.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery.
there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Oh, what a catch by Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Floating one, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Fields. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game. From the 24, Lance. Flush to his right.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
Wide open receiver, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
And Lance now to throw. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And they'll run with Sermon.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And Lance going to throw.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half.
And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
A final shot before the break. Fields
gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They run. Here's Sermon.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jeremiah Tauchu providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down. Again, Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears get a bit closer. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The
49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Lance giving it to Sermon now on the option.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance.
Steps away to his left.
That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Aiyuk.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
From the gun, Sermon.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here's Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That catch good for only a couple.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
Throwing now is Lance. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. The kick by Gold is good, and that will get the lead up to 14.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The throw over the middle, taken in. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Now this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again is Fields.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Fields. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They run once more with Sermon. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting